we're not hypnotized, I'm not a hypnotist. Instead, I was invited, this is actually a very different kind of function than I've been to before, and that it like moved along until it got to me. I'm so glad, and everyone spoke beautifully. Why am I mentioning that? Because of what's about to happen. I'm going to get you through. Let me show you what I think. Believe it or not, you're going to believe that I was introduced to speak, and not only that, you recognize me. You've heard me speak before. I am the worst speaker ever. If that weren't bad enough, I was introduced as someone who's going to speak for 2 hours straight. You feel bad for the audience. You're going to make funny faces trying to entertain them, getting them to laugh, because they're stuck here for 2 hours. But out of respect for me as a human being, never let me catch you making a funny face. If I turn around and look towards you, look sweet and innocent. As long as I do not see you, try to get the audience to laugh. You can make gestures that are funny but appropriate. Nothing that a young child should not see. You're not going to make any kind of gesture like that. Only appropriate gestures and funny faces. When I count to 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to speak for 2 hours about Shemitah. We just read a parsha about Shemitah. And it's a fascinating parsha. And the laws of Shemitah are fascinating. And for the next 1 hour and 59 minutes, I'm going to speak about Shemitah. I think I recognize it. You've heard me speak before. So the laws of Shemitah can be divided up. And I hope I can do this for 2 hours. 3, 2, 1, sleep. It's fantastic every single day. I'm going to count to 3, but make sure you believe the last day what's going to happen. I want you to believe the following. It's so unusual to work with just one person. It's still fun for me. I'm going to count to 3. Make sure you believe us. I want you to believe that we're having our first banquet for the shul. We're honoring the rabbi, but a couple of people, some of the Balabatim, actually donated a lot of money. So we made a decision that instead of holding the banquet in Baltimore, for no extra charge, they flew every one of us, including yourself, to where we are now, which is Yerushalayim. As a matter of fact, right behind us, the Holy Kotel HaMa'aravi. Now, I don't know how often you've been there, whether it's 0, 1, 100 times, whatever it is, there's something about this time that's very emotional. You're probably going to start crying, but not sadness, just emotional feeling that the Holy Kotel is behind us. Good luck in trying to stick a note on the wall, but I will give you some paper if you want. All right, very emotionally moved. You'll recognize me as a tour guide. Here we are. We just arrived in Yerushalayim with the Kotel behind us. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to arguably perhaps the holiest place in Judaism. What is left? This is the Kotel HaMa'aravi. And before the buses pull up, if you want to see the dominant at the wall, I'm sure you'll say Hashem instead of. Anyone have a tissue? I want that kabbalah. I want that sense. But the creepy thing is I can leave them this way all night. Is he married? Oh, okay. I'm not joking. When someone is that deep, I can make permanent changes. 5 changes? Restore him. I have insurance in case it doesn't happen. Here we are. Can you tell us, we have videos running, I want to inspire people why this is such a special wall. Can you tell us what's so special?
It's just, it's still up.
Still there, this golden wall. Do you feel Hashem's presence here a little stronger than on the other side?
He's just crazy.
He's crazy?
It just doesn't make sense.
The buses are, let me make this a little more real. Sadaka?
Just one.
This one?
It's not enough.
All right. The buses are pulling up. We're going to come back here tomorrow. We'll spend a lot more time. But if you can come back here, see that today. Hopefully, Hashem will read that message. I'm going to do about 5 minutes more, and I'll stop when we have dessert. 3, 2, 1, sleep, way down deep. Feeling fantastic in every single way. I don't suppose that you would let him become you. All right, I'll stay with you. You're feeling fantastic in every single way. We're going to count to 3. Here's what's going to happen. I want you to believe that we are at a banquet. As a matter of fact, this is your second time in this place, because the first time that you came to the banquet was the first banquet they had in 2015. Now, you're 119 years old. In many years, tomorrow's your birthday. Have a great day. Anybody get that? All right, you're 119 years old. The reason we brought you here, you're the oldest survivor of that wonderful banquet when we first had the shul banquet back in 2015. Now you're 119 years old, this many years later. You're going to probably have some interesting answers in case anyone in the shul is going to ask you what it was like at that very first banquet. But when I snap my fingers, at some point, you will become 2 years old. Now, I don't want to make this mistake ever again, and I'm not joking about this either. I don't know how you were at 2 years old, but I can tell you this. I want you to believe that you are potty trained. Don't ask. Don't forget to say that again. All right, so you're 190 years old. When I count to 3, you're the oldest person to you're going to feel the same aches and pains of an old person because you're very, very old. 1, 2, 3. Well, we had a banquet. The very first banquet of this shul was held in this room many, many years ago, and he was there. So we brought him up here. So what do you remember about that banquet? Very long banquet. I'm scared to ask, do you remember what happened to the rabbi in the shul?
He talked.
He talked, it was good. Very good. I'm almost scared to ask this, but are you still married?
Yeah.
I hear the passion. Any question from the audience? That we have the great-great-grandson of the original rabbi of the shul. Do you have any questions for him?
What did you like most about PJC?
What do you like most about PJC?
I still don't know what PJC stands for. A lot of letters in the history. But the back row is great.
You're 2 years old. Hi.
Bubble Guppy!
We're going to have a camp starting in a few moments. See? No. Terrible twos. Okay, without falling. 3, 2, 1, sleep. Way down without falling. You will be okay. Take this in case I forget to get it back. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have to be this big, very last thing. I'm going to 3, when I reached the open eyes, deeply hypnotized, I want you to believe the following. You were taking a nap because it was a very long evening. And here's my problem. I was invited to do a show, but nobody told me that the marketing department of the school sent invitations only to people, the Jewish people, in Japan. Everyone in the audience is Japanese. I don't speak a word of Japanese, but I want you to believe you have studied Japanese for a year. You are fluent. You volunteered to translate in a really thick accent so that people understand when I'm saying English, you will translate in Japanese. I reach the open eyes, people hypnotized, and you'll stand up and help me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Start my show. I don't speak a word of Japanese, but they told me you do. I am so happy to be here. Rabbi Lerner, Allison, you're all going to enjoy the show. I'm kind of out of time. So we're going to have dessert in a few moments. Never mind.
Sing the song.
You have a seat, you're doing great. 3, 2, 1, sleep. I'm going to describe this for the way he was. I do this every week. I've done this for 20 years. I never get tired of it because I never know what's going to happen or what I'm going to do. I'm going to count to 5. I'm going to bring it back to the president. I'm going to count 5. When I reach 5, you open your eyes wide awake, feeling fantastic in every single way. You're going to remember every single thing that happened with a really good sense of humor. And I hope you don't mind my saying this, but I'm about to say some things that you're not going to consciously remember. One of them is, wherever you work, whatever functions you're involved with, you're going to make sure they hire me no matter what I charge. That works beautifully, that's why. Also very seriously though, love for your wife and family grows every single day. You just are so happy to be married, so happy to have your family. And you love the shul, of course, you love the rabbi. Do you want to come into the minyan every morning?
You never talk in show again.
No. But you know what? He's kind of deep, so it might work. I'm not sure. You'll let me know? All right. You enjoy davening very, very much. Maybe in the past you might have talked in shul, but not anymore. You like to focus on the davening. You just don't like to talk because you just think it's not proper to talk anymore. So your tshuva is beginning now. All right. We got 5. Self-esteem grows every single day, obviously, and just enjoying the shul, enjoying the rabbi, enjoying the rabbi's wife, enjoying the whole community, enjoying your wife, enjoying everything. Really proud to be Jewish. I love doing mitzvahs, and with that, I'm going to count to 5. When I reach 5, I'm going to remember everything that happened with a really good sense of humor. Really good sense of humor, not upset or embarrassed about anything. You did nothing embarrassing. When I count to 5, you open your eyes wide awake. Here we go. 1, becoming more alert. 2, much more alert. 3, burst of energy. 4, and 5, eyes open wide awake, feeling good. And welcome back. How are you? Oh my God.